What's going on, beautiful people? So yeah, this video is gonna be about episode 9, the Green Council of House of the Dragon. And I'll be definitely be talking about spoilers in this video. So if you haven't watched the newest episode of House of the Dragon, get on that shit because crazy stuff happens. So let's get to it. So this episode starts off like immediately right after Viserys dies. And there's this disturbing vibe that's happening because once Viserys is dead, and after Alicent's hearing him say Aegon, even though he's not talking about his actual son Aegon, but the ancestor Aegon the Conqueror, the Song of Ice and Fire, Alicent is under the impression that, oh, he wants my son to be the heir, not Rhaenyra. And Alicent is definitely troubled by this because she's like, okay, well, like I need to follow my duty. I need to do what the king wants, but this is fucked up. And it's right then and there, like in the small council chamber where the sun's barely risen and people are like, okay, like what's the deal, girl? Like what's happening? And they just lay it out that the High Towers are like, yeah, the king's dead and we need to put Aegon in charge. And half of the players in the game are like, all right, cool, let's go for Team Aegon. And the other half like, that's bullshit. Absolutely not. And Lord Beesbury is one of them, and he just gets his face smashed by Sir Criston Cole. Yeah, so this is what happens when leaders die. People get killed because there's a power vacuum. And it's masterfully done in this episode. It's so interesting to see how like the crowds and just the people in general and the people who have sworn to Rhaenys in the first episode, they're just so easily, yeah, fuck her. Let's just get this over with. Let's crown Aegon. There's definitely this disgusting feel to it, yet you understand why it's happening. Another thing too is when it comes to Aegon, we, the audience, we don't really know like who his character is. We know that he likes to drink and sleep around, but we don't really know his personality. And it's kind of like playing like Russian roulette. I've never played because I don't want to get shot in the face, but it's sort of like playing that. And yes, technically Aegon is the heir, technically. But should he be? Maybe he's not a good guy. And you get that sense, especially when you have half the Kingsguard like split up with their loyalty. You follow these two new characters in the show, Sir Eric and Sir Arik. I think that's how you say it. Don't fucking like yell at me if I'm getting it wrong. Words are hard. But you follow them through the episode as they try to search for Aegon in the city because, you know, Aegon likes to get drunk and sleep a lot. And Aegon just doesn't take himself seriously. And so you're following these two Kingsguard throughout the entire episode, and you see how their views of Aegon quickly like shift. Yeah, this is our job to find him, but maybe we shouldn't find him. And so you have one brother who's doing his duty, and the other guy's like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to save Rhaenys from possible execution. Oh yeah, another thing too is if you don't follow Aegon, you get killed or like thrown into prison. There's this authoritarian sensation that's happening. You're like, fuck, this is just weird and gross. But the episode was awesome. It's so massively like tense, and you can just feel the guilt that's happening across all these characters. And Aegon is a sick fuck. The way from I understood from like when Eric and Arik found where they were trying to find him, they go to this fighting arena where it's sort of alluded that the bastards of Aegon go there to fight to the death. That's fucked up. Yeah, this episode, it's gross. You know, when you think of like kingdoms of old and whatnot, you try to think of this like sort of like romanticism to them. Medieval stuff, like there's a romantic vibe of it. And yet it's so shitty. And this show and the story just captures that beautifully in a sense where it's, yeah, obtaining power is dirty. You're not going to do it through like nice words or good reason. That shit don't matter. And the show's so good. I'm so excited to see what happens next week. But yeah, that's my immediate reaction. Great episode, very tense, very dark, yet truthful in a sense. So yeah,